Livelihoods lost in a North Andros blaze. Tonight on R News.
5 stalls destroyed in North Andros this morning as a result of a fire. Stay tuned to R News tonight for more details.
But first, relief at the grocery store, at least on paper. The Prime Minister announcing VAT will be eliminated on unprepared food items. Part of what he says is a broader plan to ease the cost of living. Plus, tradition, reflection, and the roadmap ahead. The judiciary prepares to usher in a new legal year tomorrow. What the Chief Justice is expected to outline for the coming months, straight ahead. Then in R News at 7:30, government's latest food tax cut comes back into focus.
Residents are reacting to the Prime Minister's announcement of the removal of 5% VAT off of unprepared food items. I'm Devari Emmanuel, and we have the reaction just ahead.
R News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to R News, live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. Government is moving to borrow nearly $30 million to fix failing water systems across several islands as complaints about low pressure, water outages, and boil water notices continue. In the House of Assembly Tuesday afternoon, the Davis administration tabled a resolution seeking up to $29.9 million from Caribbean Development Bank to fund Phase 2 of the Bahamas Water Supply Improvement Project. The loan is part of a broader program valued at nearly $50 million aimed at upgrading aging water infrastructure in New Providence, Abaco, Andros, Crooked Island, and Eleuthera, with additional works planned for Rum Cay. The minister responsible for Water and Sewerage Corporation, Leon Lundy, told parliamentarians the investment is necessary to address system failures that directly impact health and economic activity.
It is about ensuring that Bahamians, whether in our capital or in our family islands, can depend on water systems that are reliable, safe, and fit for purpose. Access to potable water is foundational to public health, economic activity, and community stability. When water system fails, the consequences are felt immediately and disproportionately by the most vulnerable. When they function well, they quietly enable progress in every and each sector, Madam Speaker.
Under Phase 2, government plans to install approximately 48 miles of new water mains across the targeted islands. In Rum Cay, the project also calling for 6.8 miles of new water mains and the construction of a reverse osmosis desalination plant, a move officials say will improve water reliability and reduce dependence on existing supply systems. The loan will be guaranteed by government, administered by Water and Sewerage, with technical oversight built into the project to monitor spending and implementation. However, the opposition raising questions about transparency and delivery. Leader of Opposition Business in the House, Adrian White, said details remain unclear on when communities will see improvements and what was achieved under Phase 1 of the project.
I didn't hear when they can expect them, Madam Speaker, just that the money was basically becoming available. I didn't hear anything about the first phase, Madam Speaker, because this is identified as being Phase 2 of the Bahamas Water Supply Improvement Project. I didn't hear anything about Phase 1 and the successes, the differences. I've heard through the member for Seabreeze's active social media pages. I saw a blue pipe protruding out of out of the fill and water was finally flowing up out of it in a very dramatic way.
And now to cost of living, because what you pay at the grocery store will soon come down as Prime Minister Philip Davis announcing value-added tax will be eliminated on unprepared food. It's a move, he says, is designed to ease the high cost of living. In a national address Monday night, Davis said the tax break will apply to unprepared food sold at grocery stores across the country. The announcement comes 1 year after VAT on food was cut from 10% to 5% and marks the latest in a series of VAT adjustments under the Davis administration. Since taking office in 2021, government has reduced the overall VAT rate from 12% to 10%, rolling back an increase introduced in 2018. Davis says the latest cut is part of a broader effort to bring relief at cashiers as Bahamians continue to face high food prices.
Effective April 1st, all foods currently at 5% VAT will be VAT-free. Zero VAT on those food items. This will apply to fresh fruits and vegetables, baby food, lunch snacks, frozen foods, and other groceries. Everything except prepared meals sold hot or ready to eat. It is a significant step, and one we hope will really help, along with our efforts to reduce costs through energy reform, the addition of new trading partners, and more homegrown food.
And coming up at 7:30, while the Prime Minister promising relief at the grocery store, will Bahamians actually feel it at the cashier? Well, he took the question to the streets and found the response hopeful but cautious. Delvado Emmanuel Lee has that story ahead tonight at 7:30. And vendors in North Andros counting their losses this morning after a fire destroyed multiple food stalls there, wiping out livelihoods and forcing police and volunteer firefighters to battle flames under some pretty difficult conditions. Police alerted media to the blaze just before 8 o'clock this morning, but our news understands the fire broke out before sunrise. Joshua Williams has the latest.
While many of us were preparing to return to work after the holiday weekend, residents in Nicholstown, Andros were battling a fire. Flames broke out at the Seaview stalls early Tuesday morning, eventually destroying 5 wooden structures. Police say no one was injured, but the damage was significant. Island Administrator Beverly Larimore tells our news she received the call just after 5:30 Tuesday morning.
Because we had strong winds at that time, the fire started to spread into the community of Nicholstown to some of the homes and residents. And so the firefighters and the police officers had to try to control and save the home.
Drone footage shared on social media by Andros resident Brent McCartney shows the extent of the destruction. In his post, McCartney raised concerns about the island's emergency response, claiming there's no functioning fire truck on site. Larimore confirms that while the island has 2 water skids, they were not as effective as officials had hoped under the conditions. Police had earlier warned residents about heavy smoke in the area, making driving and breathing difficult. But Larimore says conditions have since improved.
No, because we've had the strong winds, the delay of having extra smoke, plus it rained. That also helped us this morning as well. We also did have some rain showers, and so the smoke is not prominent as it was earlier this morning.
This later fire adds to a growing list of similar incidents across the country. Just last November, stalls at Arawak Key, including popular spot Goldie's, were destroyed by fire. Earlier that same year, additional stalls at the site also went up in flames. And in 2024, business owners in Exuma suffered a similar fate. But Larimore says support for the affected vendors will depend on the outcome of the investigation.
We try to support in whichever way. We're waiting now to speak with the owners of those establishments in detail. There's no type of funding available for fire. We still have to wait for the investigation.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. Meanwhile, North Andros and Barry Islands MP Leonardo Lightbourne was on the ground Tuesday assisting with cleanup efforts following that devastating fire. Lightbourne telling Our News he is pushing to secure more firefighting resources for his constituents.
Well, as the member of parliament, I started with them. I've been on my feet in the House of Assembly and in Parliament in regards to water trucks, ambulance, numerous of things for the facilities, medical. And this is an ongoing thing here in the government. We are making strides toward this, implementing these various needed equipment. It's not an overnight thing, but I continue to agitate and stand on their behalf. However, water basil was in place to eliminate, that helped eliminate the fire that was ongoing. But we have 2 fire trucks on the island that is inoperable at the time. And so as we continue to move forward, like I said, my focus is now on the immediate relief for those affected.
Opposition Free National Movement responding after Ambassador-at-Large Rick Fox set to enter frontline politics, announcing he will run in the St. James constituency at the next general election. Fox made the announcement on Majority Rule Day, saying rising costs, energy insecurity, and failing systems drove his decision, arguing that St. James, home to Clifton Pier Power Station, sits at the heart of the country's challenges. Shortly after, F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands said the party has not engaged Fox, but maintains any Bahamian has the right to offer themselves for public service.
We know the reports, and we have a country that enjoys a robust democratic process, and people have the right to offer to serve and to serve. That's about it.
Yes, sir. Now, have your party been in contact, Mr. Fox?
I have no comment.
St. James is one of 2 new seats recommended in the Boundaries Report table in the House last week, and it's already shaping up to be one of the most watched races in the next general election. Coalition of Independents has also signaled its plans to contest the seat, as questions remain over which political banner Rick Fox will ultimately carry. There's also speculation that F&M Deputy Leader and St. Barnabas MP Shannon Don Cartwright may enter the race. Asked about those reports on Majority Rule Day, Cartwright had this response.
As we said last week, when the report was tabled and this question was posed, political organizations will always make an assessment and an evaluation when there are changes. So there are now 2 additional constituencies, 39 plus 1, 41 constituencies. And as is always the process, the Free National Movement will make an assessment on who they feel is best to contest both of those additional seats.
And now to the judiciary, where in just a few hours, the new legal year will officially get underway with a ceremonial opening steeped in tradition. Members from across the legal community will gather Wednesday morning, setting the tone for the next 12 months. One of the most anticipated addresses expected from Chief Justice Sir Ian Winder, KC. Ahead of tomorrow's ceremony, our Jasmine Brown sat down with him for an exclusive preview of what lies ahead.
Chief Justice Sir Ian Winder, KC, says the opening of the legal year is more than just a ceremony. It's a platform for laying out the plan for the justice system and outlining the goals. The opening of the legal year marks the start of the judiciary's calendar, and by law, it has to commence on the second Wednesday in January. The ceremonies that include a church service followed by a special court sitting is attended by judges, judicial officers, attorneys, and of course, the Chief Justice. Sir Ian giving me a preview of some of what he plans on highlighting in his address, including accomplishments.
So we speak on issues like the Criminal Justice Board, which is a new initiative that began at the mid last year, and that's proving effective. The sentencing guidelines, give an update as because we've far advanced in respect of that. We've completed the bench book, and also give some details on the proposal for the commercial court.
When it comes to their biggest achievements last year, the CJ says the completion of the criminal bench book and sentencing guidelines are high on the list.
The criminal bench book, which is a 500-page book, it's a cheat book if you want to have it for judges, and we're going to make it available to practitioners. Is a quick guide to assist in dealing with criminal prosecutions, and we hope that will aid all the parties. The sentencing guidelines, we've been working on that for the last 2 years, and it's finally at an end.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
All right, thanks for that, Jasmine. And be sure to join our Jasmine Brown on RTV tomorrow morning. That's January 14th for live coverage of the official opening of the legal year. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center with 73 on the board. Greg.
Cool outside.
Yes.
You're going to love the weather that's coming with two fronts, one on Thursday and another one on Saturday. So
very glad about it. Very glad about it.
Light jacket weather. Get out and enjoy. 73 degrees outside now with a few clouds. Breezy on the outside. East-northeast winds at 18 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 72. Temperatures right now around the family of islands. A pair of 71s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, also in Marshall, Abaco. 74 Alistown, Bimini. We pick up 73s. Nicholstown, Andros, Great Harbour, Keith, Berry Islands. Here in the capital, over in Governor's Harbour, 72. 73 again in Kemps Bay, Coburn Town, San Salvador, and in Georgetown, Exuma. 74 in Black Point, Exuma Keys, also in Deadman's Key. 71 in Arthurstown, Cat Island, Port Nelson, 72. And into the southeast Bahama, 76, Duncantown, Ragged Island, pair of 74s, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, Ackland, 74 and 77 actually, Abrahams Bay, 76 in Matthewtown, Inagua, and our good neighbors at the southeast, Tricks and Kickers Islands. You have a temperature right now of 75. Satellite radar composite, frontal boundary that was stationary across the northwest Bahamas, starting to lift back towards the north, so producing some cloudy conditions mainly across the Upper Coast, Grand Bahama, Bimini. Also some showers along the Florida coast. We also have a surface trough near the southeast Bahamas. That's sparking some cloudy conditions as well as a few showers down there. Both of these systems will eventually weaken. The front will lift back towards north. We do have that front coming through on Thursday. You're going to like the temperatures once that front goes through. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, EJ and the Sixers head north for a back-to-back and more from around the NBA.
Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
It's where history meets justice. These courts decide the future, one case at a time. From e-filing to specialized courts, change is already taking root. But challenges remain. Backlogs, resources, and aging facilities still test the system. On January 14th, we are live for the opening of the legal year. Join us as we take you inside the ongoing modernization of the judiciary and explain what it means for you and for the administration of justice. Only on RTV.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. The Philadelphia 76ers split a road back-to-back against the Toronto Raptors, and VJ Edgecombe making a noticeable impact in both games. In Game 1, a 116-115 overtime loss, Edgecombe delivered one of the biggest moments of the night by knocking down a clutch game-tying three in the closing seconds of regulation to force overtime. He finished with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. The Sixers responded the following night with a 115-102 victory to earn the split, and Edgecombe turned in one of his most complete performances of the season. 15 points and 8 assists, including 5 three-pointers. In the Los Angeles Lakers' 124-112 loss to the Sacramento Kings, DeAndre Ayton turned in a double-double, finishing with 13 points and 13 rebounds in 27 minutes of action. In the Mavericks' 113-105 win over the Brooklyn Nets, Klay Thompson came off the bench and scored 18 on 6 of 13 shooting, including 6 from 9 from the three-point range. The Nassau Cup officially got underway on the majority rule holiday, marking the start of one of the most anticipated events on the local tennis calendar. The competition will continue on the remaining Saturdays throughout the month of January, bringing together over 70 of the top players from across the Bahamian tennis community. Opening weekend action did not disappoint, with several clubs making strong early statements in both match wins and total games. Cameron Riley finished the first 2 rounds at 3 under par, recording a second round 2 under 70 and finishing tied 107th at 3 under through 36 holes. That score was outside the projected cut line at 8 under par, meaning Riley did not advance to the weekend rounds. That will do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as a stunning admission from Iran. Officials acknowledge thousands have been killed in months of unrest. And the political turmoil in Venezuela deepens as the acting president insists her government stands firm amid leadership disputes post the U.S. capture of President Nicolas Maduro. The story when our news returns.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered and unspoken until now. Join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. as we confront the topics that matter, share real experiences, and change the conversation around mental health together. Watch, listen, break the silence.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Pro-government demonstrations erupted across Iran on Monday, with tens of thousands rallying in Tehran, condemning recent protests they blame on the United States and Israel. An Iranian official told Reuters that about 2,000 people, including security forces, have been killed in the unrest. It's the first official acknowledgement of the scale of the crackdown. Meanwhile, United Nations Human Rights Chief Volker Turk told a press briefing today that he is horrified by the violence, warning the death penalty could be used against thousands of detained protesters. This as internet and phone access remains restricted.
It is also extremely worrying to see public statements by some judicial officials indicating the possibility of the death penalty being used against protesters through expedited judicial proceedings. The High Commissioner stresses that Iranians have the right to demonstrate peacefully. Their grievances need to be heard and addressed, and not instrumentalized by anyone.
Acting President Delcy Rodriguez reaffirming her claim to leadership in Venezuela, saying the government stands firm on sovereignty and independence. She spoke during the opening of the school year Monday following a U.S. military operation that captured former President Nicolas Maduro earlier this month and deposed his administration. The comments come after U.S. President Donald Trump shared a fake Wikipedia image on his platform Truth Social, identifying himself as acting president of Venezuela, a move that has sparked much global backlash. The White House also confirmed Trump will meet Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado in Washington Thursday as questions linger over the country's political transition. The Mexican Navy says it has dismantled clandestine drug laboratories in 3 states, seizing large quantities of drugs and chemical precursors used to make synthetic narcotics. Officials say more than 10,000 liters and over a ton of precursors were confiscated across the operations. The announcement comes days after President Trump suggested the U.S. could strike cartels inside Mexico. But after recently speaking with Trump, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum ruled out any foreign military intervention.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was January 13th. Then in our news at 7:30.
Residents are reacting to the Prime Minister's announcement of the removal of 5% VAT off of unprepared food items. I'm Devaughn Emmanuel, and we have the reactions just ahead.
It's all coming up when our news returns.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together. Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 2006, the Compleat Anglo Hotel in Alistown, Bimini was destroyed by fire. The landmark housed the Hemingway Museum, honoring Ernest Hemingway, who lived there in the 1930s and wrote To Have and Have Not. The Historical Society notes one person died in the fire. And in 2015, Jack Arnold Haywood died at 91. A key figure in Freeport's development, he co-chaired Grand Bahama Port Authority. A high school and bridge in Grand Bahama bears his name. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was January 13th, head over to rnews.bs. And to watch any of the stories you saw on tonight's newscast and for all of today's top stories, be sure and visit rnews.bs and share your favorite stories right from the R News Bahamas Facebook page. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now, Jerome Sawyer. He's up with the latest headlines. Jerome, happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday. I wasn't sure if it was Monday, then it wanted to feel like Friday, but anyway, I'm happy that it is.
That said, I know your fraternity was in town this weekend.
Yeah, we had a busy weekend. You know, my eyes are a little... but yeah. Over 1,000 brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi came and celebrated in the Bahamas. National Founders Day. So we're happy to have them, happy to
I saw some of the strolling on TikTok. I said,
yeah,
okay,
a little too old
all right,
for that.
I see it.
That's a little too old for that. All right, thanks a lot, Candido. Well, here's a look at your latest headlines tonight.
Coming up on our news tonight at 7:30, the government announces cuts to VAT.
Residents are reacting to the Prime Minister's announcement of the removal of 5% VAT off of unprepared food items. I'm Delvado Emmanuel, and we have their reactions just ahead.
And then signs of the times, indicators of a general election as voter registration spikes to an all-time high, bringing into questions fears that there may be voter apathy this time around. Then later, 4 employees of Meatmax charged with stealing thousands of dollars in meat from the popular retailer. We've got the details of their arraignment today. And then in our weekly Grand Bahama Roundup.
Increased foot traffic, more marketing opportunities, and a host of other benefits. We'll tell you why you should consider joining the Downtown Freeport Business Association.
Our news at 7:30 starts in a moment.
Candino Nodes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the famed place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way, you continue to get all of this great content from the team you already trust.
It's where history meets justice. These courts decide the future, one case at a time. From e-filing to specialized courts, change is already taking root. But challenges remain. Backlogs, resources, and aging facilities still test the system. On January 14th, we are live for the opening of the legal year. Join us as we take...
Welcome to our news, and thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Italia Hall tonight. We get started with news on the economy. Government moving to ensure the rising cost of living by removing 5% VAT on unprepared food items, a move aimed at easing the financial pressure on consumers. But on the streets today, Bahamians telling our news they're cautiously optimistic but hopeful prices will drop, but unsure whether the relief will go far enough. Our Delvado Emmanuel gets us started tonight.
Watching the bill on them to begin with. So it's a good idea.
Reaction on the streets Tuesday was mixed, following government's announcement to remove 5% VAT on unprepared food items. For some, it's a step that should have been taken long time ago. The announcement made during Prime Minister Philip Davis's first national address for 2026 confirmed that effective April 1st, VAT will be eliminated on unprepared food items sold at grocery stores across the country. The list includes fruits, vegetables, baby food, and other basic items. The move follows last year's reduction, when VAT on food was cut from 10% to 5%. For some shoppers, the change could make a noticeable difference.
It's a great move, man, a great move. It helps a lot of people, the poor people and things. It works so good. I go to the food store, spend $300 to spend a 2-day meal, but now I could go and spend $300 and get a week worth of food stuff,
So it's a really good thing because guess what? Some people don't know the Prime Minister trying to do a half the price and stuff like that. But like how the food sales, the prices like inside here, most of all the food so they will try to do up all the prices like they will try charge us a arm a leg for just for 1 or 2 little pieces of item inside here.
Reaction also spilled over on social media, with some praising the move, others saying it's a little too late. Another saying after 4 years, that's not good enough, while others added any dollar saved is a dollar welcomed.
Take VAT off all food because you have to eat every day. But like the rest of stuff like fridge, furniture, and different things, especially when it comes to health too. VAT should be off health, like medicine and stuff, And food. Food is people have to eat 3-4 times a day. So that's my view on it.
Now, residents were also asked to rate the government's performance in the last 4 years.
I wasn't keeping up to date of what's going on within the country, but I honestly can't answer it, honestly.
I would say 110%. 110%.
Tell me why?
Huh?
Let me say why. Why?
Because they're doing a good job.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Well, April Fool's economics, that's how the opposing Free National Movement is describing last night's national address by Prime Minister Philip Davis. In a pre-recorded message broadcast nationally, Davis announced a tax break on groceries that he insists will help ease the high cost of living for residents. PM said VAT would be eliminated on unprepared food sold at grocery stores across the country, as you just heard in that previous report. Now, this new reduction in VAT on food items comes a year after the first cut of just 10%, from 10% to 5%. That happened last April. But F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands isn't impressed.
The long-suffering Bahamian people have hoped for this relief for some time. And, while the pocketbooks of the ordinary Bahamian is on life support, he finally throws a little bone. I think it may be too little, too late for many people.
Now, prior to his speech, there was much speculation about what the Prime Minister would say. Many wondered if the nation's leader would announce the date for the upcoming general elections or share some new revelation that could shake up the country. Sands says the whole communication was, as he said, a waste of time.
It doesn't address the incredible cost of electricity. It doesn't address the challenges that everyday Bahamians have with affordability. It is expensive as hell to live in this country, in large part because of the policies of this administration. And so now that they realize that there's an election coming, they're going to start throwing bones, and nothing more than bones, with the hopes of winning an election.
Well, there are telltale signs the election campaign trail is heating up, from ratifying candidates to a spike in voter registration. The signs are all pointing to the election map and looming questions about who will run where. Just days ago, several senior politician and political figures were in Moores Island for a ceremony to hand over land deeds. It's also where Our News spoke with the Prime Minister and several sitting members of Parliament on new constituencies and the road to the next general election. Our News anchor Kendino Knowles fills us in.
So far, the governing PLP has ratified 16 candidates. The opposition Free National Movement is ahead with 28, and the Coalition of Independents says it has already ratified 35 candidates for its slate. All this as the country heads into the next general election with a very different electoral map. The long-awaited Boundaries Report confirms 2 new constituencies, St. James and New Providence and Bimini and Berry Islands, increasing the number of seats from 39 to 41. The report was compiled by the Constituencies Commission, which ultimately rejected a full redistribution of boundaries, instead recommending the creation of the 2 new seats. Speaking with reporters on Moores Island Friday, Prime Minister Philip Davis confirmed that candidate selection for those new seats is already underway.
We are considering a number of persons seeking to carry our banner in the next general elections, and the Candidates Committee is going through that, and they'll be making their recommendations in short order to the National General Council for ratification.
While Davis stresses the need for process, on the ground, the impact of the new boundaries is already being felt, as some incumbents now preparing to defend standalone constituencies for the first time. North Andros MP Leonardo Lightbourne, who represents North Andros and the Berry Islands, is one of them. He told our news he intends to contest the newly defined North Andros seat, though his party has not yet announced a candidate.
My main focus is North Andros and the Berry Islands still as a member of parliament, and I look forward to serving North Andros in the upcoming election.
So you will be contesting the seat?
I will be contesting the seat.
And as some candidates adjust to new boundaries, others also signaling their intentions ahead of ratification, including Marathon MP Lisa Ramming.
So yes. You're confident that you will keep Marathon in the winning column?
Certainly in the winning column. It's 2 straight.
The PLP also recently selected its candidates for the 2 Abaco constituencies, with incumbent Kirk Cornish and newcomer Bradley Fox Jr. set to carry the party's banner. Meanwhile, former Senator Robin Lyons and Senator Randy Roll have both signaled they are open to serve, saying they are prepared to answer the call. With ratifications continuing and boundaries now set, the shape of the next general election is quickly coming into view. Reporting for our news, I'm Kendino Knowles.
And voter registration is breaking records as we gear up to the elections. Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson telling our news the latest numbers show that voter registration is now up to more than 196,000 voters, the highest it's ever been. In 2021, just over 194,000 people were registered to vote, but only about 65% of voters actually cast ballots. While the last general election was plagued with low voter turnout, Thompson says there was a spike in registration this time around during the Christmas holidays. And just last week, the Boundaries Report was tabled in the House of Assembly. It included 2 new seats, one in New Providence, the other in the Family Islands, St. James and Bimini in the Berry Islands. And while Thompson doesn't expect there to be another surge in registration, he's encouraging more voters to come in to verify their information is actually correct.
We're up to 196,600 plus registered voters as we sit here now. Okay, that's including the registered and removing deceased persons, etc. We have just the highest that has ever been. So registration has been going well. We don't expect that much more registration between now and the next general election, but we're looking at verification. We're hoping that people will come in to verify.
Well, the parliamentary commissioner says the verification process is now more advanced with the introduction of digital mapping.
We have digital mapping now that would be able to help us to pinpoint exactly where you live so that we don't have a challenge like we did in the past in some areas where they had the husband and wife living in the same house and different polling divisions or different constituencies.
Well, it's time now for your first look at temperatures across the country. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg, a great few days weather-wise. Are we in for a little bit more?
You're gonna enjoy the next couple of days. We do have 2 fronts coming. One on Thursday and another on Saturday. It's going to bring us some nice cool weather.
Keep the good news coming for the year.
Especially for the Northwest Bombers. So looking for some 50s across those areas. 73 degrees outside our studios right now with a few clouds. It's on the breezy side. The winds out of the east-northeast at 18 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 72. Taking a look at conditions around the islands right now, satellite and radar-wise, we do have two boundaries. One frontal boundary across the northwest Bahamas that's starting to lift back towards the north. That was stationary. And we also have a surface trough near the southeast Bahamas, generating some cloudy conditions down there. Both of these will continue to put some showers down for us tonight through tomorrow, but we do expect a significant front to come through on Thursday and another one coming through on Saturday. So looking for some 70s during the day and some 60s and 50s at night. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. Look at your extended forecast. It's still to come.
And still to come on our news tonight, that story of the Meat Max employees charged with stealing in court today. We've got details of their arraignment. And then over to Grand Bahama.
Increased foot traffic, more marketing opportunities, and a host of other benefits. We'll tell you why you should consider joining the Downtown Freeport Business Association.
That's coming up when our news returns.
Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
It's where history meets justice. These courts decide the future, one case at a time. From e-filing to specialized courts, change is already taking root. But challenges remain. Backlogs, resources, and aging facilities still test the system. On January 14th, we are live for the opening of the legal year. Join us as we take you inside the ongoing modernization of the judiciary and explain what it means for you and for the administration of justice. Only on RTV.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered.
Four former cashiers at Meat Max admitting to stealing more than $23,000 from the company between last December and January 9th. Charlie Jean, Kathia Kelly, and Danica Pierre and Teresa St. Jean collectively stole $23,424 from Meat Max. They all pleaded guilty to stealing by reason of employment at their arraignment before Magistrate Lennox Colby. The magistrate ordered the convicts to repay the stolen money to avoid spending 12 months in prison. Meanwhile, two women and a man are facing charges after prosecutors say they collectively stole more than $427,000 from the same person. Marcus Cooper, an accountant at Atlantis, Denisha Clark, a housekeeper at Belle Island, Derica Pitt Moxie, an executive officer at Bahamas Immigration, all face charges of stealing at their arraignment before Magistrate Lennox Colby. Prosecutors allege that Cooper stole $326,529 from Kendrick Beneby. Pitt Moxie is accused of stealing $7,000 from Beneby, while Clark is accused of taking $94,270 from him. They denied the charges and were granted bail. The accused will appear before Senior Magistrate Kendra Kelly Burrows on January 20th for a trial date. Well, tonight on the Grand View, our weekly series from Grand Bahama, we're focusing on the engine that keeps the Grand Bahama economy moving, small businesses. The newly appointed vice president of the Downtown Freeport Association sharing with our news anchor Megan Shepard just what's being done to help increase visibility, drive foot traffic, and turn interest into sales.
Small businesses are often credited as being the economic backbone of a society. And here in Grand Bahama, that is true more than ever. Vice President of the Downtown Freeport Business Association, Jacolia Brannon, is encouraging entrepreneurs to consider joining the association and take advantage of all of the benefits membership has to offer.
You get grandfathered into the Chamber of Commerce if you are a member of the Downtown Freeport Business Association. We get to advertise on your behalf, so people know where you are, what do you sell, all of your offerings. We get to advocate if something is wrong, to bring it to attention that this needs to be fixed. While we are not the fixer of everything, we are just advocating to make sure that things do happen and you stay open, because Grand Bahama needs you. We need you open.
With an active WhatsApp group and routine check-ins, Brannon says the association and business owners work hand in hand. One of the biggest challenges they've been tackling in recent times, increasing foot traffic and finding ways to turn that traffic into revenue.
It's not where we want it to be, and I'm sure that the store owners can attest, but I can say together, we can continue it. Next year, I can see it even rise into full capacity and where we want it to be.
And once that mandate was clear, she says the association answered the call, developing a calendar of events designed to draw Grand Bahamians back into downtown Freeport and encourage them to shop local. While those initiatives have shown positive results, Brannon says the long-term goal is sustainability.
So we're advocating, don't stop opening your shops. We are asking you to continue to explore new ideas, new vision. Grand Bahama is on the move, it's on the rise, and we want Grand Bahamians to be a part of what is going on.
Brannon also commending those entrepreneurs who have stood the test of time, while encouraging new and creative businesses to keep opening their doors.
I'm not sure if SBDC, with all of the grants that they're offering, is giving the new visionaries a chance to become business owners. And the store prices downtown, the rent is reasonable. So they're exploring downtown. They're also exploring in the mall. And recently, DFBA has expanded their reach from just the square to the mall and to the plaza straight around. And so we're advocating for all of those businesses to make sure that everyone is successful, not just in the square. So I'm excited for all of the new businesses that's coming up.
Reporting for our news, I'm Megan Shepard.
Coming up in sports, the latest from around the NBA, the Nassau Cup gets underway on the tennis courts, and Cameron Riley gets a shot at the Bahamas Golf Classic.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Every year, car theft in the Bahamas rises. Thieves are getting smarter and faster. Is your car a target? Compact vehicles are at risk. Don't become a victim. Simple steps can make all the difference. Lock your car. Invest in anti-theft devices. Park smart. Protect yourself. Stay alert. I am PC 4392 Trayshawn Ferguson. Stay vigilant. Report suspicious activity. And let's create safer communities together. Learn more by visiting theroyalbahamaspoliceforce.org.
My name is Atreyu Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. The Philadelphia 76ers split a road back-to-back against the Toronto Raptors, and VJ Edgecombe making a noticeable impact in both games. In Game 1, a 116-115 overtime loss, Edgecombe delivered one of the biggest moments of the night by knocking down a clutch game-tying three in the closing seconds of regulation to force overtime. He finished with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. The Sixers responded the following night with a 115-102 victory to earn the split, and Edgecombe turned in one of his most complete performances of the season. 15 points and 8 assists, including 5 three-pointers.
He really can defend. He makes plays. He'll rebound or block shots. He'll steal the ball. He'll shoot threes and make big buckets. I mean, he does a lot of everything very well.
In the Los Angeles Lakers' 124-112 loss to the Sacramento Kings, DeAndre Ayton turned in a double-double, finishing with 13 points and 13 rebounds in 27 minutes of action. In the Mavericks' 113-105 win over the Brooklyn Nets, Klay Thompson came off the bench and scored 18 on 6 of 13 shooting, including 6 from 9 from the three-point range. The Nassau Cup officially got underway on the majority rule holiday, marking the start of one of the most anticipated events on the local tennis calendar. The competition will continue on the remaining Saturdays throughout the month of January, bringing together over 70 of the top players from across the Bahamian tennis community. Opening weekend action did not disappoint, with several clubs making strong early statements in both match wins and total games. Rum Club jumped out to an early lead with 5 wins and 63 games. Cable Beach and Baha Mar also had strong opening weeks, posting 3.5 wins, with Cable Beach edging ahead in total games at 58 compared to Baha Mar's 55. MLTA had 4 wins and 53 games. Waterloo with 2.5 wins and 52 games, while Paradise Island and Howard Road rounded out the opening scores with 1 win and 42 games and 1.5 wins and 38 games, respectively.
This used to run years ago under the IC Bahamas, where they move around the island, you play at different venues, and it's basically team orientated. So it was a way to get all the tennis players around the island together.
Cameron Riley finished the first 2 rounds at 3 under par, recording a second round 2 under 70 and finishing tied 107th at 3 under through 36 holes. That score was outside the projected cut line at 8 under par, meaning Riley did not advance to the weekend rounds. While he showed flashes of solid golf with his 2 under effort in round 2, it ultimately wasn't enough to keep pace with a deep Korn Ferry Tour field, which saw leaders surge well into double-digit under par scores. That would do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS, and look, you have 2 more weekends to be able to watch me play with Waterloo take on the other clubs at the Nassau Cup. Back to the studio.
Still to come on our news tonight, Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended weather forecast. That's all coming up when our news returns.
Every year, car theft in the Bahamas rises. Thieves are getting smarter and faster. Is your car a target? Compact vehicles are at risk. Don't become a victim. Simple steps can make all the difference. Lock your car. Invest in anti-theft devices. Park smart. Protect yourself. Stay alert. I am PC 4392 Trayshawn Ferguson. Stay vigilant. Report suspicious activity. And let's create safer communities together. Learn more by visiting the RoyalBahamasPoliceForce.org.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
The dangers are escalating. Vaping liquid marijuana is on the rise, damaging lungs and increasing stroke risk. And a deadly new trend, lean, cough syrup, soda, and candy, a lethal combination that can cause seizures and even death. Possession means arrest and prosecution. I am Corporal 2641 Rory Fox of the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
This is our news. Welcome back. Two boundaries affecting our area. One, a frontal boundary across the northwest Bahamas, starting to drift back towards the north, bringing some showers and some isolated thunderstorms just to the east coast of Florida and between Bimini. And then we have a surface trough near the southeast Bahamas producing some cloudiness as well as some isolated showers down there. Both of these systems will eventually dissipate over the next couple of days, but the front will lift back towards the north. As I mentioned, that will have a low pressure system trying to form across it by Wednesday into Thursday, and that in turn will drag a frontal boundary across the area, and our storm system well across the central portions of the United States will be responsible for bringing us some very nice cool temperatures. And we have a secondary front that's coming on Saturday that will continue to enforce those cool conditions over the next several days. Future forecast showing just a few isolated showers with that boundary across the northwest Bahamas, that frontal boundary that stalled, lifting back towards the north through Wednesday. And then here comes that front by Thursday. We expect that front to be into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, across the northwest Bahamas by Thursday afternoon. Once again, looking for some very cool temperatures once that frontal boundary goes through. Boating forecast, northwest and central Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. Low risk for rip currents across the eastern Atlantic sides of the island. Southeast to south winds 10 to 15 knot, seas running 2 to 4 feet. Low tide is at 9:54 tonight. The high tide takes place at 4:30 in the morning. And this should be for the southeast Bahamas. Low risk of rip currents down there. The winds will be east to southeast 10 to 15 knots, seas running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we should look pretty nice tomorrow, 81 degrees, but once that front goes through on Thursday, temperatures take a big dip. Look at Friday. Friday, we're looking at some very low temperatures, 70s during the daytime and some 60s at night. Second front comes through on Saturday, and that will continue to reinforce the conditions for the next couple of days. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thank you very much, Greg. Cooler temperatures always make me smile. Thanks a lot for that. And that's going to do it for us here at Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jerome Sawyer. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Until then, you have yourself a wonderful evening.
Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you continue to get all of this great content from the team you already trust.